Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Welcome to the show. Friday, early afternoon edition, okay? The title, 12-foot statue in the middle of Times Square, New York City, to be precise. Some people are upset. Some people are enjoying the art. It's art. Art is subjective, yes? Others are having a hard time with this. According to the Griot, a 12-foot Black woman now stands tall in Times Square, and some folks are big mad about it. The statue, titled Grounded in the Stars, installed by British artist Thomas J. Price, is meant to challenge assumptions of representation and identity. Also, according to the Griot, the Black woman is standing tall, unbothered, basically chillin', hands on her hips all day, every day. Is that mammy? You betcha. For all to see. Hell, I would like to thank this artist, a Black man. He's light-skinned, but he's a Black man. I would like to thank him, Thomas J. Price, for bringing this forward. It just, it confirms everything I thought, and some of you as well. Defiant, independent, right? And salute to those of you who you've begun to say, independent from what? From whom? Why are you independent? We're going to have that discussion because this has been picking up traction over the days. According to the sculpture, the artist, he says this was inspired by David, by Michaelangelo, for those of you who know who Michaelangelo was, okay? All right. I would love to have those of you call in who confirm this statue as, just art. I don't want to just, tear it down off the rip as if, it's so disgusting. No. It was envisioned by this man, this artist, and this is his work. For those who don't know, this is what he has been doing, in the past. I've got another video I'm going to play after I play the series of videos to discuss this. Who remembers 5 years ago, Rumors of War, which was a statue displayed in Times Square, a Black man on a horse with locks, Who remembers that, okay? Troll babies, good afternoon. Thank you for sending me the emails with regards to this particular topic of discussion. And don't be offended if you're a woman of color. Black women are not a monolith. But this particular statue, does it represent today's Black woman? Today's Black woman, not from 100 years ago, but today's. It looks like she's got some type of Doc Marten shoes on. A little obese. Oh, most people are obese these days, yes? Let me point out, in case those of you don't remember, the movie Precious, box office smash. I think it was close to $75 million total and only on a $10 million budget. One of Monique's best roles. Yes? No? Troll babies? Monique. Is the statue a good representation of where we are now in society? Because, again, the artist, Thomas J. Price, it's not any one person in particular. I'm going to play an interview with him. All right. Also, guys, Trump offers migrants $1,000 to self-deport. Some migrants, not everybody. But according to the math, they're saying that it could be a lot cheaper. Maybe $17,000 for ICE to run people down per person, to run them down and then deport them. So why not just give them $1,000 to self-deport, up front? I'm not sure how I feel about that. That will turn into some type of scam, I assure you. Something with, overpayment, people pretending to be migrants. I don't know. I'm just not too sure about that. But anyway, Damien, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Area code 561. You're going to be my first caller. Deeds, how are we doing? Spelling audio. I wanted to do an afternoon show so that we could focus, we can do some other content, if you will, but I want to really zone in on this particular 12-foot tall sculpture of a Black woman standing tall in New York City. It's bothering people. It doesn't bother me personally. I may or may not have one or two females, somewhere down the line who resemble that woman. But I don't necessarily think that it represents, the masses, unless you say different, okay?
A new statue in Times Square we're told, turning heads. It's making people not only stop and stare, but also reflect. A rare feat in the middle of one of the busiest places in the world. Zinnia Maldonado shows us why.
At 12 feet tall, in the middle of Times Square, stands a bronze sculpture of a young woman.
It's instantly stood out. It's powerful.
It's so tall and big.
The sculpture, created by artist Thomas Price, was unveiled at Duffy Square last week, and in just a matter of days, it has stopped hundreds in their tracks. Who is she? Well, technically, she's whoever you want her to be.
Me being a plus-size Black woman, I kind of looking at it was just like, oh, I wonder what me as a small child would have thought looking at something like that. Representation.
The piece is part of a series called Grounded in the Stars, which Gene Cooney, director of Times Square Art, says confronts preconceived notions of identity and representation.
To have this work here is making a statement, potentially asking questions about what we value as a city, as a society, and hopefully it's a tribute to our shared humanity.
Tourists and New Yorkers we spoke with expressed different interpretations of what she represents to them.
It's a plus-size woman. I'm a plus-size man. I'm African-American. It's an African-American woman statue. So just seeing another piece for me to stop and just have a moment with was very powerful.
If you look at the eyes, it's looking straight at something. It's focused. It's purposeful.
The sculpture proves to be a well-liked juxtaposition placed among the more traditional statues in Times Square, which is the goal, according to officials, of placing said artwork in such a significant area.
Coming from a person of color background as well, it's really nice to see something come across as like this everyday person that looks a little bit out of place. But I also think that's because of where we are standing. It might not look out of place if everything in our surrounding reflected everyday life more to us.
From Times Square, Zinnia Maldonado, CBS News, New York.
Okay, there you have the first video. It doesn't bother me, again, not because I look down upon anyone in society, but, that particular representation or misunderstanding by way of art, can't say that I care either way, okay? Let's bring in some calls. Area code 310. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. Are you there? 310.
Good afternoon, Star. It's Monica.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good to hear from you.
I love the fact that you're doing your show on this.
Okay.
I've heard about this this statue, and I think it's great. I mean, and also by being a Black artist, which is really awesome, because I grew up in D.C.
Okay.
And I would always go to the Smithsonian, and I would only see, the typical, white people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, statues, and I think it's great that this artist is doing that. I mean, and to see the structure of the, African American person and the shapes and that, and I grew up around art and all that too. So I just think it's amazing that he's paying tribute to that.
Okay.
Hold
on, if I can jump in, Monica, is she African American? Maybe she's from South London. Maybe she's.
Oh, she could be.
I don't know. I don't know.
We don't know. We really don't know by him being. Yeah, because Brixton is very heavily, populated. You don't know. It could.
Is she from Birmingham?
Be anything.
She from Birmingham?
Birmingham, yes, Birmingham, yes. Oh, it could be a multitude of places where she could be from, which I think is great. I think it's amazing that he's doing that. And I want to do more research. It's making me want to do more research on the artist.
Okay.
So
if I can jump in, Thomas J. Price, born in 1981, he's a British sculptor. Reaching Out 2020 was his first individual full-figured representation of women. I don't know his, personal preference, and I don't know if that's really necessary to know whether he's gay or straight. I don't know, but this is his field of expertise in terms of sculpting. So there's a lot to this guy. Does that
Mhm.
undercut the hatred of those who just looked at it and assumed some white artist did it? Does this undercut that?
Yeah, it does. It really does, undercut that. But
Or is he a sellout?
I don't know. That's a question too. But I just think it is great that he is doing that for having it in Times Square of all places. Displayed there. So I think it's great.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well,
but I just wanted
hold on. Stay with me because I appreciate
Mhm.
you being my first caller here. So
Okay.
it doesn't bother me personally, and even though I talk about mammies quite often.
Yes. Yeah.
Keep in mind, in case you've never heard me say, I like to engage with mammies. I like the verbal jousting, the friendly fire back and forth.
Right. That's true.
It's not said by way of any malicious intent, but you have to know how to work with Mammy because otherwise she wants to get in. Do you think that this statue represents defiance, if you will, and the spirit? I'm using the word spirit. The spirit of someone who has gone through hell and high water, and she is still here, standing tall.
I believe that. That no matter what is the climate that we're in, I believe that she's still going to stand tall, regardless. So that's how I feel, And by her being,
surely the classic poem "Still I Rise," right?
Yes, "Still I Rise." Yep.
By
exactly.
By who?
I forgot. I'm sorry. I haven't had a chance to Google it. Sorry.
Can you Google, Monica? You're a good caller and you support this machine. Can you Google real quick? "Still I Rise." Come on.
"Still I Rise." Okay, I'll look it up.
This is Monica. She spent Skrilla with this goddamn machine. Hold on a second.
Hold on 1 minute. I'm gonna look.
Take your time, sugar. Take your time.
All right.
Who's this on the screen? Whilst you're searching, hold on a second. I don't have my contacts. Are they talking crazy?
Right.
The real Keisha. Hey, the real Keisha.
Michaelangelo.
There you go. Okay. Hold on, Monica. Stay right there. She says, the real Keisha. The statue is just art to sow discord and division. Okay, you've got your S. Pardon me, your H, darling, your H. If you want to honor me as a black woman, give me some Israel and Ukraine money. Whoo! The real Keisha, might you want to call in? I'll let you talk your talk, girl. I thank you for your donation. Back to you, Monica. What do you think? Come on.
Okay. How did I not know that was Maya Angelou? I'm having a brain fog issue.
Are you from my generation? How old are you, darling?
Yeah, I'm 59. I'm right behind you.
Yeah. Listen, I can't remember what I eat for breakfast the day before, so don't worry about it. But anyway.
Yeah, 59.
Okay. So the 12-foot tall sculpture of a black woman stands tall in New York City. Any final thoughts? Any words? Or do you want to address the showrunner, Trump?
Well, that that's a long story about the showrunner.
Okay.
I'm curious with that thing. Now, if they have to get $1,000, then will they go to the Salvadorian jail? I'm curious.
Well,
dude.
wait.
I'm just.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Wait a minute. You said if they get the money, what? El Salvador?
Well, they, if they deport them, they will have to go to the jail, right?
No, this would be self-deporting. You.
Oh, self-deporting.
Yeah, if they give you
that
$1,000,
way they could be able to just
go home
back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I can understand that. That wouldn't be bad, Okay. I mean, if they just decide, okay, well, I just want to go back, then they get $1,000. That's fine. Yeah. I mean, that's what I was thinking. I said, now if they deport them and they go to jail, what's the point?
Okay.
I mean,
Monica, I appreciate you, darling.
Thank you.
You have a wonderful weekend.
Okay.
Bye now.
All right. You too. Bye.
Okay. All right. I want you folks to speak. Maybe I should play that video real quick. Let me see. Is that Sunday on the line? Sunday, can you hold on whilst I play one more video? Sunday, you got a minute?
Yeah.
Stay right there. Okay, Sunday in the queue. Big Elvis, the chef. I see you, sir. Your donation. Thank you so much. Let me play these videos so that we can have a healthy and a robust discussion here. Is that your? Okay. This might make sense. Offering illegals money to go home. Give me a second, guys. Here we go.
We began with the Trump administration offering undocumented migrants free airline tickets and a $1,000 stipend if they self-deport. So CBS News White House reporter Willie James Inman joining us live outside the White House now. So Willie, how would this actually work?
Hey there, Julia. Good to be with you on this Monday afternoon. Well, the Trump administration is looking to deport migrants this way in large part because it would save the government money. That's part of the thinking here. A Department of Homeland Security official explained that it costs about $17,000 to find and apprehend a migrant who is undocumented here in the United States and deport them. So this could potentially save the government at thousands of dollars per person. And the president spoke about this earlier today. Listen.
But what we thought we'd do is a self-deport, where we're going to pay each one a certain amount of money, and we're going to get them a beautiful flight back to where they came from, and they have a period of time. And if they make it, we're going to work with them so that maybe someday, with a little work, they can come back in if they're good people, if they're the kind of people that we want in our company, industrious people that could love our country. And if they're not, they won't.
Now, the way that migrants can sign up for this program is by using the CBP Home app. That is the app that was used under the Biden administration for migrants to register themselves here, so they could be, the government could have information about them and their status here in the United States. But the Trump administration is using this as a way for migrants to not only register themselves, but to self-deport as well. So the government looking to save some money here, looking to collect some information from those undocumented migrants. And I'll add that the effort to deport migrants has really been slowed by the courts. We've seen the Trump administration try to deport migrants in different ways, using the Alien Enemies Act, for instance. But this way in particular, quite a novel idea that the Trump administration is using, but one that they believe could save the government thousands of dollars per individual.
Million.
And Willie, President Trump is meeting with Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney tomorrow. So what can we expect from that meeting?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not really interested in that, but okay, we've got ourselves a show here. Let's go to Sunday. Good afternoon, early Sunday. How are you?
Hey, Star. I'm doing great.
Hey, good to hear from you. It was cracking.
Yeah, I wanted to comment on the statue.
Mm-hmm.
I lived in New York for 20 years,
Okay.
on and off, and a lot of the artwork kind of goes unnoticed. So maybe people just don't care enough to really take in the damage that it's doing.
Okay.
Is my thought.
Damage?
I
Damage, you
think,
said?
yeah,
Come on.
yeah, absolutely. I think the statue is horrendous. I think it's terrible. And I think that the majority, white people, are laughing at us when they see BS like that. That's what I think. Because at the end of the day, the only representation that they'll allow us to have are mammies or gay black men. Anything else that would strengthen black society is frowned upon. And if you look at Hollywood right now, you know, there's an over representation of gay Black men, and I'm not myself. I myself do not have an issue with anybody who's gay, but it does create an issue when they are the only representation. Because if you put together a successful, intelligent, heterosexual Black man, they don't want that on TV. They don't want to see a man with his family and his kids. Right. No, they want to see two men together.
Okay.
And that's not right. And then
can I jump in for a second? Sunny, can I jump in? Okay, now you and I did speak the other day with regards to this behind the scenes. You were one of 3 or 4 women of color that I spoke to. And I remember saying to you, if it doesn't apply to you, why even take it the way that you're taking it? Clearly.
What do you mean? I'm Black. How does it not apply to me? I'm Black.
Well, Black women are not a monolith. So does that represent all Black women or just a certain breed, if you will?
But that's the thing. Not everybody knows that we're not a monolith, because a lot of white people, they generalize, and whatever is presented to them is what they take as our representation. It's like, okay, a Black man created this. He is telling us who you are, because whatever funding he got for that project was probably substantial. I mean, that materials like that cost thousands. He probably spent tens of thousands to create that ridiculous statue. I think he hates Black women.
Okay.
If you look at him,
wow.
He probably has a snow bunny for a partner, or he's a gay man. And I really think, just based off of how he does his sculptures, he hates Black women.
Damn.
I would challenge him on that.
Okay.
Yeah, because look at like, if you look at a female athlete and you look at how beautiful their physique is, or you look at someone who, takes care of their health and fitness, their body doesn't look like that.
Okay.
When you are morbidly obese, because that's not curvy, that's morbidly obese. When you're morbidly obese, it shows that you don't care about yourself. And having children is not an exception. And so to choose a physically inferior subject to broadcast in the most popular city in the world is crazy to me. To represent Black,
can I jump in?
Awful.
Can I jump in?
Yeah.
And folks, I see you in the queue. Just sit tight. This is Sunday, and I'm so glad that she has called in with regards to this particular topic. Now, just to give you some pushback, not to say you're wrong, is it fair to say that she's plus size and the whole obese, terminology that has become popularized, and what did BMI, body mass index, doesn't that usually apply to white people who is, or used to apply to white people, pardon me, who was and who is overweight? And if we go back, in thousands of years, plus size women were the ones that were the most desirable. Yes, no?
I feel, okay, I'll put it this way. If you, as a man, if you like your woman to be a little curvy, a little thick, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
And, even back then, if you look at people like Marilyn Monroe, she was curvy. She was by that metric curvy. But that is still half the size of the statue. The term curvy has expanded into morbidly obese.
Okay.
There are women like Lizzo.
Okay.
Lizzo, prior to her weight loss, considering herself curvy, and 300 pounds is not curvy.
Okay.
They've really
more cushion,
but I don't
pushing. You ever heard that term?
But that, yes, I have. But there's got to be a healthy medium, because when people say things like that, it's like you can have a curvy woman, you can have that as your type. That's totally fine. But should she represent us? No. She shouldn't represent us in society.
Okay.
If I want to see a representation of a strong, able-bodied, healthy Black woman, she is not plus size.
Okay.
She is not plus size. She is someone who goes to the gym and eats healthy, because plus size or morbidly obese, they have a shorter lifeline. They end up expiring sooner than others. So you can't.
Sonia, can you stay with me for a second, or are you in a rush?
Yeah.
Can you stay right there?
No.
Okay.
No, yeah.
And Big Elvis, do you want to cam up, or do you just want to get on the line? Big Elvis, the chef, I got your donation. Hey, Tiffany, I got your email. Tiffany, do you want to call in? Let me get Big Elvis on the line. Big Elvis, let me send you the link, sir, so we can get you on the screen. Big Elvis, check your email, sir. I just sent you the link to Cam Up. Tony Touch is in the live chat. He says 300 pounds is a land whale. Sunday, do we know if the statue is indeed 300 pounds? Does it say that on the
Oh, no. That statue is thousands of pounds. It's 12 foot and it's made out of metal.
Sunday. Does it specify how much the person weighs, or you said 300 pounds? I'm just asking.
I was saying Lizzo was 300.
Okay. Hold on a second. Stay with me, guys. I have Sunday on the line with me. Area code 215. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. We're discussing the 12-foot tall sculpture in New York City. Are you there?
Hey, Star. It's Sarah.
Hey, Sarah. Stay right there. Sunday, let me put you on hold for a second. Okay, Sunday's on hold. Sarah, good to talk to you. What's cracking?
Hey, sweetheart.
Hey.
Oh my God! I seen that statue yesterday,
Okay.
and as you were talking to Sunday, I looked at it again. Excuse me. I looked at it again and looked closer.
Okay.
And when I seen it yesterday, I said, "This is the sign that Black women are coming down, and they don't know it."
Okay.
Their karma's here. I called it a while ago. Society is tired of them, so I guess the statue is, to have something to remember them by, because it's a wrap.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be, fair and objective, and but is there a groundswell of disappointment from the Black community, so to speak? In your opinion?
No. The comments that I saw, Black women loved it. They said, "Yeah, we want to be represented." They said, the world, and because they were getting clowned by non-Black people, and Black women. Oh, I love when people hate us. So they're not smart enough to understand what's really going down.
Right.
But if you look at that woman, if you look at her, the expression on her. If you look at the expression on her face, the hands on the hips, how broad she is, wide torso with small breasts, they play in Black woman's face. But unfortunately, this is indeed the reality of the average Black woman.
Let me jump in, Sarah. Now you just said they, a Black man, put that together. That's his representation. So we can't put this one on they, right? Black man. Thomas.
Well, of course. Well, listen. What's his name? Thomas J. Price.
Thomas
correct?
J. Price. Never mind. Sellout. Is he a turncoat from across?
No, these are
from across the pond. Turncoat. Go ahead, sir.
These are the men that Black women raised.
Okay.
Certain, how do I say that? I'm trying not to go in too bad on your show, Star.
Take your time. Just watch the profanity, which I know you don't.
I don't curse.
You don't use it.
Yeah, I don't curse.
Come on.
Black men, dysfunctional Black men, have a very disturbing, distorted view of Black women because they were raised, trained, and groomed to destroy Black women.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Under her wicked rule, raised, trained, and groomed by her. So I'm not surprised. He created it, but who signed off on it? You understand? Go ahead.
No, I'm hearing you loud and clear. Some of the things that a female could say, I cannot. So I'm listening intensely. Please proceed.
Where did these men come from? Are we going to sit here and say they came from the plantation, or did they come from her home? This is something that society knows, and this is why society is already making the moves to bring her wicked rule down.
Okay.
That's all that symbolizes. That statue her wicked rule is coming down. So Get ready.
Great to talk.
It has already begun, Star. Thank you so much, sweetheart, and have a beautiful day.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay. Oh, Sarah tapping in. Today's religious talk is on the screen. Thank you for your support. People make a big deal out of everything. It's not a historical monument. It's an art sculpture. If it was a Chinese or white statue, it wouldn't matter. Okay. Let's go back to Sunday. Hey, Sunday, you still there? Where's Sunday at?
Hey, Star, can I respond to Sarah?
No, she's entitled to her opinion if you want to add something to the conversation, but she's not on the line, so I don't want to do that type of back and forth thing. She said what she said.
No, it's not a back and forth.
Okay.
So I just want to make a comment. Sarah's one of the smartest callers on the show.
Okay, go ahead.
And when she speaks, I listen because she's speaking back.
Okay. Come on.
She's one of the smartest female callers on the show. And she's very educated, and she should call in more often. Like when she speaks, I feel like this is the thing. A lot of people need to listen more than like react, you know, like the truth hurts. And sometimes if you're a part of that class that's being criticized, it's going to hurt. It's going to sting, but the information is still needed. And I feel like whoever's offended by what she has to say or truth speakers have to say, you know, get over it, make the changes, or, you know what I mean? Like, keep it pushing. Like what she says is.
But isn't art subjective, Sunday? And you don't look anything like that statue. You know what?
No, I don't think that's art. I don't think that's art.
Okay.
That's not art.
Okay. It's trash.
I have
trash. It's trash.
No, I think it's a subliminal message to the majority.
Okay.
That their oppressive measures are working.
Okay. But it's created by a black man.
The mammy.
Created by a black man.
So what? But who paid him though? A white man. And I feel ultimately that they invest in mammies, they invest in foolishness, and they uphold and uplift gay black men. And I take issue with that because those two figures in particular contribute to the destruction of society. And I myself, being a part of the LGBT, would never want a lesbian to represent society. You're a part of society, but you don't represent us. That's the thing. Because at the end of the day, what happens when you have too many gay black men? The population goes down, doesn't it? Does it not? They're not out here having children. They are amongst themselves.
Okay.
So the population dies down if everybody is same sex. So that is an issue. And that's the only issue I take.
Okay.
No children are being born. And then black mammies, the problem with them is that a lot of them lack education, they lack self-respect, and they lack the vision to see the bigger picture. They're just living in the now. They're seeking instant gratification.
Sunday, I have to take other calls. I
I
appreciate you chiming in. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Bye now. Bye. All right. Sunday, standing 10 toes down, and she's bisexual. Shane with all the gay stuff. Who's on the screen there? Is it Trey Vision? That's a Jamaican woman. The artist is Jamaican, not FBA. Okay. Area code 215. Are you there? Good afternoon. Please watch the language. We're discussing the 12-foot sculpture, New York City.
Yes, hi, Star.
Hey.
Hi, Star.
Hey.
I appreciate you today. I just want to make a statement. I really do 100% agree with Miss Sunday.
Okay.
I feel as though the statue is very disrespectful to the black woman over here in America. They could have put someone up, like you said earlier. I think someone said Angelino. That would have been lovely. But first of all, too,
Maya Angelou.
Maya Angelou. I was raised as a black woman. I was raised to take care of myself properly, go outside looking for appropriate, and also to show respect to my black community. I just don't like the ideal to build a statue to look like that. I mean, first of all, I said, she don't got a bra on, for one, excuse me, because I was always told you wear a bra before you go outside. It looks sloppy, very unattractive. Right. And once again, Miss Sunday, she really nailed it to the point that I'm trying to express.
Okay.
It's very disrespectful I wish they can take it down. That's my opinion.
Well, now,
yeah, it's disrespectful.
Stay with me. Stay with me. What sort of black statue, sculpture, if you will, would you prefer to see? Someone who resembles, I don't know, Halle Berry, Mary J. Blige.
Oh, we want to go there. Okay.
Amber Rose, Beyonce. What should be?
Beyonce. Honestly speaking, I would prefer Beyonce. I'm a Beyonce fan. I love her. Yes. That's more a person who works out, take care of herself, and is appropriate. That'd be a perfect statue. It was Beyonce.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah. That's about it. I just really feel as though it's very disrespectful. They could have, it's zillions of black women they could have made an example of, but that's disgusting in my opinion.
Hang on. Once again, stay with me. Stay with me. Neo put out Miss Independent in 2008, right?
Yes, I remember that. But see, I'm not all about that independent black woman. I'm not down with that feminist. I really feel as though we black women do need.
Hang on, baby. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Destiny's Child put out Independent Woman in what year?
Oh, what year was that? Oh, goodness.
August of 2000. August of 2000. So it would appear that Destiny's Child, set it off with that whole independent thing, and then the Neo track was fire, wasn't it? That was fire.
Yes, it was. I liked it. Honestly, I did.
Okay.
So
hang on. Can I just say this, and I'll let you land your plane. So we have a culture of independent, bucking and clucking. I want to fight, right? So, and listen, and even though I talk about the war on mammies, I'm the one that's my campaign, the war on mammies. I think that statue is the right representation of today. I stand on that. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness, Star, how could you? Okay, I understand that, but once again, maybe it's kind of a little too hard for me to make a statement on independent because I was raised in a two-parent home. So it's kind of hard about the independence thing. I'm not a feminist. I'll say it that way.
Okay.
That's something to think about. You have me thinking now.
Well, how old are you, Dolan? How old are you?
Oh, I'm in my early 50s. Yes. So
okay.
I understand what's going on. It's just that once again, I'm going to lay my pain. That really discourages me. That's discouraged so far. I think it's like I was saying, it's disrespectful. I really do. I think you should take it down.
Would you?
We should protest it.
Okay, so you've already said you would co-sign Beyonce. So would a statue of Jane Pittman or something like that just be out of here? Never mind all that slave stuff. Out of here with that. Bring it up.
Yes, yes. And you know what? Before, because my father's an athlete.
Okay.
So I always known to take care of my body, eat healthy, exercise, or what have you. So that image, that's a very horrible image of so-called black woman over here in America.
Okay.
So nice speaking to you, Star.
You too,
I'll continue to enjoy you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Hey, Lydia, I got your donation. She says, Star, it's Miss Jane Pittman. How dare you half-breed? You're so right. Miss Jane, what was that, 70 or 71? Cicely Tyson. I will never forgive Barack Obama. I'm going to say it again. He put the Medal of Freedom around Ellen's neck and the nigger started whimpering. Put the Medal of Freedom around Cicely Tyson's neck and just patted her on the shoulder and said, there you go. Oh boy, Mr. Skylar Saunders. Good afternoon, sir. Are you there?
Good afternoon.
Good to hear from you. Good to hear from you.
Yes, sir.
What do you want to
What was that? I'm sorry.
Where do you want to start? You have the floor.
I just want.
Come on.
Okay, I just wanted to talk about how this whole statue is an abomination because it reflects what we would know as naturalism. Or just to simply put it, it's everyday life. It's the gutter. It's Saturday in your pajamas. It's not like a dress to a gala. It's not like the woman is shown floating or something like that. She's standing there like, I guess so. Like it's a sense of the way she's depicted, and I would argue that this statue deserves to be, but it should be in a museum, not in a street. And it should be. It doesn't have to be, but it could also be nude.
Can I respond?
Yes.
I think the statue belongs outside as opposed to in a museum or a gallery, which I'm sure will be at some point in time, because Mammy's outside. Mammy, right?
Okay.
We outside. Pull up.
We outside.
Mammy's outside. and in the proper context, what Mammy is saying is, I don't give a fuck. Right. Oh, that's Mammy. Don't get it twisted. That statue, it's Mammy. But I'm not intimidated by Mammy. I deal with her, and if she ever, well, I've had a couple of scuffles with Mammies, but I don't want to talk about violence, but you have to be ready for Mammy. Have you yourself, Skylar Saunders, have you ever had to tussle with the Mammy and get to chin?
Never had to tussle with a Mammy. Never had to tussle with a Mammy. I mean, I salute to you and other people that have had run-ins with a Mammy. I don't really going back in my family. I'm trying to view on my history. I don't really have and I had very a great amount of women in my family, and none of them were really considerable mammies too much. Maybe my grandmother is the closest thing to being a mammy.
Okay.
But that'd probably be the closest.
Have you ever smashed a Mammy, Skylar Saunders?
I've never smashed it. No, never.
I have.
Okay. It's probably
quality lays. Quality lays. I smashed a Mammy one time. No cap, and 2 days later, she was on my stoop waiting for me when I came home from work, 527 West 152nd Street, waiting for me, demanding dinner and some tool, demanding it. So, I've had my history with Mammies. Skylar, do you want to address the showrunner with regards to Trump offering some migrants $1,000 to self-deport? Skylar Saunders.
I'm against it. We're on the disagreement side of things again.
Okay.
But I'm against it. I think that whoever's here should stay here. If you go back, you're risking not being able to go. He said, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm stupid. Okay. But President Trump said maybe later they can come back into the country if they have some kind of if they get themselves together in their own country, they can come back. Is that right? Did I have that correct?
Yeah, but I think he was just saying that to not be perceived as just a total prick. If you get your act together, you can come back. But the idea is to get people out of here who don't belong, and to make it cost effective, if you will. The story said we're looking at an estimated $17,000 per person to deport them. But if we give them $1,000, it's cheaper for us. Go ahead.
Yes. Well, I would say that, but I don't like the $1,000. That's almost demeaning. And maybe in their country, that may be a lot. But then again, toilet paper costs $1,000 in some areas and sectors of their country. So, I mean, I would say stay on this side in the good old USFA. We got stick up kids, corrupt cops, and crack rocks. I mean, we got school shootings. We got people overdosing on fent. We got all these different issues. If you want to come over to this party, come on to this party.
Okay.
And stay for the party.
Skylar, great to talk to you, and I have your information on the screen.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much.
Is everything spelled right?
Everything is great. You got it perfectly.
Okay. Hey, man, great to talk to you as always. Thank you, Skylar.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. Erica got your donation. He says the golden calf equals New York City statue. I like that. Very well said, sir. Very well said. Okay. Is it Purnell, got your donation, Purnell. Thank you for tapping in. We're going at a slower pace here this afternoon because I do want to hear from as many of you as possible. Brandon, I got your donation via Cash App. Thank you, sir. Blade says it's a mockery. How about a statue of Roseanne Barr? Thank you for tapping in, Blade. Curtis, I got your donation via Cash App. Thank you, sir. And the sculpture was missing a pack. Oh my goodness. I love this comment. Hold on a second. Let me get this on the screen. That's the point I was trying to make earlier with regards to the film Precious. I think that the impact of that film, the huge success of it, was because, it held up a mirror to some of the harsh realities that some Black women have gone through. I can't find the comment. Pardon me, guys. I'm doing too much. Let me bring in a call here for a second. Wait a minute. Janet, is that you tapping in early on a Friday? Janet?
Hey, sir. How are you?
Hey, girl. Good to hear from you. I want to hear your opinion on this topic.
Well, I believe the statue is beautiful. I think it's well needed. I think it represents the Black woman as the unspoken hero of America, always in the stand to move the country forward morally, ethically. I believe that her dress is timeless. So it's been a timeless thing in the world. Right. And then the fact that she has no bra on, it shows her femininity because America has breastfed from the Black woman. Many countries have breastfed from the Black woman. And here's the thing. The reason that she don't have no bra on, because America and other European countries had tried to take her femininity away, but it's still there and it still shows, and you still drink from the milk of it. She is an unsung hero of what we have today. If it wasn't for the Black woman, we would have total chaos. And that's what I have to say. I think it's beautiful. I think it should have been 20 feet tall. It's a beautiful, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go see it this weekend.
I was just hang on. I was just about to say, you need to go see it and take a picture because people are taking pictures in front of this 12-foot sculpture. I'll be there this Saturday. Okay.
No, Sunday, because New York moved too fast on Saturday for me, so I'll be there on Sunday.
The artist, Thomas J. Price, he's British. He says that the statue was inspired by David.
Michaelangelo, David?
Michaelangelo, yes. That's what he's saying.
Oh,
and the David marble statue is 17 foot tall. So you got Mammy here. She's only 12. I think it's a good representation of today. It is Mammy. Let's not get it twisted. But now at the same time, you spoke about her not wearing any bra. Right? Okay, so you and I are people of history. Joan of Arc, right? Joan of Arc only wore pants. For those who may have an issue with this Mammy wearing pants as opposed to, I don't know, a skirt or something, right? If we go back to Joan of Arc and that whole thing, there could be some type of correlation here. Let's go, Janet.
Well, I tell you what, we're not going to use, it's disrespectful to keep calling the statue Mammy because Mammy is a characteristic. It's not a person. You can't denote that to the general.
I disagree.
Population.
Hang on, now, I let you speak. Don't try and come on top of me and change my interpretation of art. It's art. It's all subjective. Go ahead.
Okay, so it's subjective. Okay, so what I'm saying is what she is wearing is her battle uniform, and it is a David.
I like that.
It is a David. It is meant to show you beautiful. And I think that those who protest it, they have a right to, because it is art. So you have a right to, but make sure that you're not projecting
Okay.
You understand yourself on that statue on yourself. Make sure that you're not saying, well, this is how America sees us, and I'm not that. Well, you know what? I am. I am that. I am that. I love it. I love it. I love the braids. I love the body shape. I love the uniform she has on. I love the fact that she's not wearing a bra. I love it. She is truth. It is truth, and it should be.
Can you stay with me for a second, Janet? Hold on. People are sending in donations. The sculpture was missing a pack of Newports and a frying pan to go upside your head. The artist is prepared. Okay, he's not FBA. He's income. Okay, that's what I'm saying. The statue is a mirror. I love it. That's mammy all day, every day. And I like what you said. You said the clothing is what? A uniform?
It's the uniform. It's a uniform of a warrior.
Right.
It's the uniform of a warrior.
Don't play in my face or else.
How many years have we been here? We have been conditioned.
Come on.
Conditioned to be rebels. We have been conditioned. We try to be soft. We want to be soft. We are women. We want to be pink. We want to be so. We want that. But we are not allowed to have it in America. Every time we get a little bit of it, they take it away. No. You know, let the woman shine. Let the black woman shine.
You want to stay on the line, Janet, or you got to go? What do you want to do?
Well, you know, I'm retired, so I can stay on the line.
Stay with me, goddamn. Janet is saying y'all better show some respect. Area code 571, are you there? Good afternoon, 571.
Hey, how you doing? Hey.
Yes, sir.
Hey, sorry, so this is what I have to say.
Sir, we can't hear you. You're on a speakerphone. You're driving. Please make the adjustments.
Okay. I'll make my adjustments right now. Sorry about that.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. You have the floor. Go ahead.
Okay. So this is what I think about it. So this is really bad. This is really bad here. Now you wonder why the black man is dipping and diving in other races and leaving the mammy alone. That explains it right there. And I don't see how wimps can sit there and they can defend this statue. This is disgusting. That statue looks bad. You don't see a statue of Honey Boo Boo, a 12-foot statue of Honey Boo Boo in Times Square. You don't see that right there because the white man, the white woman's not going to allow that right there. I remember, look, every time, look.
Wasn't her name Honey Boo Boo Child? Let me Google that. Go ahead.
So look, I remember I would go out to like a Sephora, right, with my wife. We would go to different stores, shopping, and I would see like pictures of pretty white girls, pretty Spanish girls, but there's always, pictures of ugly black women inside that store. You got transgenders with makeup on in that store, all kinds of stores like that. And black women want to defend that mess. Look, the black man that did that, what's his name, Price or whatever, that dude right there, he's a Jamaican dude I just found out. Okay. That kind of explains things right there. You know what I'm saying? Because every Jamaican, I shouldn't say every Jamaican, but a lot of Jamaicans I know, they are infatuated with white people, willing to do their bidding. I mean, literally in love with them. I'm serious.
Okay.
Now, the thing is, like you get like a grasshopper, right? And a grasshopper, under certain conditions, a grasshopper will turn into a locust, right? Under certain conditions. That is what you see right there. You see a drone, something that morphed into something. That statue. That's an ugly representation of the black woman. Now, that black woman look like.
Hang on a second, sir. Janet, do you want to respond? Do we let this man land his plane? Janet.
Can you ask him that question about who would he prefer the statue to look like?
Yes.
Because I just want to see where his mindset is.
Sir?
A pretty looking black woman. I don't care what color. She could be pecan, chocolate, you know what I'm saying? Brown, strawberry, whatever. A pretty looking black woman. What's up there? That thing don't look right. You know what I'm saying? Even got the fake hair in the head. That hair ain't real. That's terrible, man. That is the worst statue I've ever seen in my life. I just found out about this last night. And you got black women willing to defend that right there.
Okay.
Now, I land my plane.
Okay.
It's not good, Star.
Okay.
It's not good. All right, now.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Yes. Okay. Janet, you want to stay with me? I got Janet.
Yes, I'm still here.
Holding this thing down. Let's go to area code 440. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. We're discussing the 12-foot tall sculpture in New York City.
What's up? What's going on with y'all, Star? How you doing? How's everybody holding it down?
Good, and yourself?
I'm doing good. Cleveland, stand up.
Okay.
Now, I just saw a few hours ago the statue. I kept hearing about it, but I never really looked into it. So when I did, I'm like, wow. And you say it was a European guy that made the statue?
He's British, sir. He's a British subject. I think he's Jamaican. I got his information right here, but go ahead, sir. He's not FBI.
Okay.
He's not FBI.
Well, when I saw it, I'm gonna answer two of the questions. One question was what does the statue look like, and the other question was the young lady that's on the line right now asks what should the statue should look.
No, sir, that wasn't the question. I said who would you rather see? If you don't,
well, right now
take issue with the statue, who would you rather see as a representation of black women?
Felicia Richard.
Okay.
Simple. But right, that's what that is the epitome. That is the tip. That is right there. That was leave it alone. That's beautiful. But what I currently see is a comedian by the name of Yamanika Sanders. It's just missing a bonnet and some.
Well, sir, please don't take shots at someone on my platform. We don't do that. If you have an issue with someone, don't do that. Go ahead.
My apologies. But yeah, that's it. I would say I leave it on a positive note.
Okay.
Felicia Richard. That's what they should have did.
Okay. Anything else?
Shout out.
Okay. Thank you, man. Okay. Yeah, folks, we don't do the whole taking shots at people thing on this platform. If someone else is on the line, you can speak with them. But, area code 623. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. We're discussing the 12-foot tall sculpture in New York City. Black woman.
Hello. I just wanted to say I'm just calling because this artist is British.
Okay.
I find that really offensive. I've called him before. I'm Irish. Okay. I lived in Northern Ireland. I'd like to see him make a statue of one of us. That's completely rude. And it really is just, as an artist, I'm not buying it. And I read somewhere that he's done other statues, or someone's done other statues of Black women in other countries. And they're looking at phones. They're like really being exploited badly. It's completely offensive. That's like not cool at all, in my opinion, because he's a British artist.
Well, he's Black, so you're saying he does not have the right to make these Black sculptures? And
I really don't. I don't think so. Not unless he's been in America.
Okay.
Not unless he's grown up here or he's from here. It's like, what are you doing that? That doesn't really make a point about anything positive.
But now, hold on a second.
Provoking a reaction as an artist. He's provoking an.
Now, you do know that there are Black people where he's from in the UK. So Black women are not just from America. Maybe she's Caribbean. The 12-foot tall statue.
But that's not what we're talking about.
Well, unless you know better than I don't think he has named her. I mean, they do have a name for the exhibition, but she does not have a.
I just don't see his point. I think it's rude.
Okay.
I think it's offensive and rude, and kind of negative. It's not uplifting anybody. It's kind of triggering.
Grounded in the Stars. That's the title of this particular statue. Good. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't even hear what you said. It's called what?
Grounded in the Stars. And to my knowledge, Janet, correct me if I'm wrong, she does not have a name, this particular statue. But you're saying you're of Irish descent and you have a problem with him making these Black statues.
I do.
These Black statues.
I don't agree with it.
Okay.
I think it's rude. I think someone that's from Great Britain has a lot more privilege than any African American. How dare he?
Can I say something?
Please, Janet, jump in.
I'm sorry. What's your name?
If you're going to be rude to me, I'm going to hang up. So have a nice day.
Well, she just talking. I think you should go ahead. I think you should go ahead and hang up because I want to ask you a question. Is how come every time a black man try to uplift a black woman in any way,
she hung
shape,
up.
or form,
Janet,
you okay? Well, let you go.
Folks, we are going to watch the language this afternoon. Alex, I got you donation. Hold on a second. Janet has called in. She's somewhat sort of co-hosting with me. Janet loves the statue. Yes, Janet?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's see if we can bring in area code 347. Thank you for your patience. Are you there? Area code 347. Good afternoon.
Hey, Star, how you doing?
Yes, sir. Please watch the language. Are you black, sir? You black?
I got you. I got you, Star. I want to applaud Janet for being the only one caller who didn't fall for the trap. See, people have to understand what these social experiments actually are. Okay. So now you got a social experiment, the statue of the most regular black woman you could possibly imagine, and you have people demonizing her. Demonizing a statue of a regular black woman. Right. And this is the social experiment is white people looking at us like the Bronx Zoo or something. And watching us poke at each other.
Sir, can you come a little closer? A little closer because you sound far away. We want to hear you.
I'm sorry. Yes. Every single experience from the diaspora to our existence in Africa should be chronicalized, should be shown and viewed because it's been erased. So why come at the most regular representation of us? Why say that? Okay, fine. What would you rather? Masa Musa. See, black people need to start to learn how to answer these expressions or these questions that the white caller that just called said something very clear. She said, I find it disrespectful. Why? Why do you find the most average? That's what I want to know. But now you're doing a song and dance of saying how much you're offended about the most regular representation of a black person because you can't, you answer the question how you're supposed to. It's all right, but it ain't for me.
Right.
And don't say nothing more. Play coy like how they play coy.
Right.
And then what you say is, if they ask you next, what would you rather see? Masa Musa? Fine. Then you tell them the story about Masa Musa, the richest man that ever existed and will ever exist. Right? Never the story's ever been told. The reason why the movie Sinner is so big is because it gives every single representation of our journey. So why would you crap on the most basic part of our existence? There's 1% of the population owns all of the world's wealth. Why can't you look at that representation of a black woman and say, this is what we are? I'm African, bro.
Okay.
I'm African. This world, this Western world, this deformed our existence completely.
Okay.
So you're tapping on the most regular existence that we are, the mother with the breast, the feed, the tit that everyone drinks off of. Y'all sitting here, pseudo-intellectuals, crapping on it.
Hang on a second, sir. Janet, do you want to respond? This man is concurring with you.
Yeah.
Sir, hold on, sir.
So you could chase.
Sir, hold on. Let Janet respond. Sir, let Janet speak, sir. Janet, this man is concurring with you. Where's Janet?
I believe he's for now. I believe he's 100% correct. I also believe that when people say, "Oh, that's an ugly woman, that's an ugly statue," you are projecting on her how you think society looks at you. Most people are scared. They're scared of that statue. They don't see the beauty in it. They use black women as insult all the time. Well, no, not this time. We're going to put a 12-feet statue up of this pure beauty. This is me. Bam, right in the middle of your biggest dam and your most valuable property, right in the middle of Times Square. Now what? Are you scared to look at it? Are you scared to see it? Do you look at her face? Do you see the things that she has been through? Do you see her defiance pose? Why is she so defiant? Why? Ask those questions.
Okay.
Ask those questions. No, but you want to look at it.
Janet, let's let this man land his plane because we're getting a lot of calls coming
sorry.
in. No, stay there, sir. Can you land your plane? Go ahead.
And that's a great point. I heard a couple of callers be upset about her facial expressions. Her understanding the reality that in New York you can't pay rent and live at the same time and buy food at the same time, she's a regular woman. She's not supposed to have a pistol face. Hello. Right. Pay attention. And pay attention to what you're saying and how you're interpreting the images that you see. Think about it. Why wouldn't the smart, genius black man, regular black woman understand that this is all bullshit?
I say you cannot use profanity. Please, you cannot use profanity.
I apologize. I apologize. But yeah, that's how I'm going to land my plane, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
People need to.
Thank you. Hold on a second, folks. It's the afternoon. We have to, we have to take it easy on the language so I can monetize the video here. Who sent it a donation? Thank you so much. B. Amos. The caller is a pappy. Okay, that's it's like the opposite of a mammy. Okay. Curtis, I got your donation. Said type Janet. Janet's in the queue if anybody else wants to call in. And okay, I just got a screenshot from Sunday. Okay, I think you said that when you called in Sunday. Thank you so much. Damien, I got your donation. Okay. You sent me an email, sir. Let me look for your email. Personalized note. Or I have to pull that up here. So, Mike, I got your donation. Statue looks like 73% of FBA women, and I love it. Listen, I've said, that's mammy. But I have smashed, a good amount of mammies. I just don't like to fight with them. There's a caller here from France. Yes, no? Are you calling in from Parlez-vous Français?
That's right. How are you doing, Star?
Hey, man, good to hear from you. Please watch the language. I have to say that. Go ahead.
I never use profane languages.
Okay.
Never. As far as the statue goes, I'm a little bit indifferent. I mean, people are going to interpret it the way they want. It's an interpretation.
It's art.
And many people. Excuse me?
It's art. It's art. Yeah.
Yeah, it's art. So I think we're giving it. People are reading too much into it. Yeah, that's not all black women that look like that.
No.
Yeah, some of them do, but it's not all. So I wouldn't, some of us are feeding too much into it. It's just art, agree with it or not.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you think that black people are overly sensitive?
Yes, I think, we sometimes are a little bit too hypersensitive to things, like.
Now get ready for the second question. You've said yes. Black people are overly sensitive. You ready for the second question?
Sure.
Do they have the right to be? If you look at Oregon harvesting, the number of black children that have gone missing, kidnapped, if you will, for hundreds of years in this country, and all sorts of systemic racism and other things of that nature, brutal killings, rape. Do they have the right to be sensitive about their culture, how they're projected, if you will? You're calling from France. I remember speaking to you, and I enjoy our conversations, but we're talking about here in America. Do they have the right to be overly sensitive?
Yeah, I think it's a case by case basis. Everyone, have their own experiences, and you can't really tell them how to feel about some things. But, this is a tough one. I mean, who feels it knows it. Whatever your experience, you're going to be sensitive about it. But I think as a people, though, in general, sometimes we just need to calm down a little bit and don't overreact sometimes,
Okay.
And I think sometimes our emotions work against us,
Have you ever smashed a mammy, sir? One or two throughout your...
I mean, of course. I mean, come on, I grew up in Brooklyn, New York City. So
you grew up in Brooklyn,
you
right?
know, it is what it is. Yeah. So I know what it is, you know. So
we have to be real with ourselves, you know. Sometimes Mammy got that. Sometimes Mammy got that good loving, huh? More cushion for the pushing, right?
I mean, Mammy needs love too, you know. So
niggas out here been sexing Mammy. Where do you think all the goddamn kids are coming from, Mammy? Go ahead, land your plane. Come on.
Yeah, so I think, you know, people are going to interpret it the way they feel fit, and you know, it is what it is. It's just art, you know. Don't take it that seriously.
Okay,
that's about it, man. Enjoying your show, and
yes, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye bye.
Sit tight, Janet. Stay with me. Let me bring in area code 615. Thank you for your patience. Are you there? 615. Please watch the language. 615. Yes, no, maybe. Are you ready? If not, we have to go. Hey,
yeah, I'm ready.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm making a comment on the statue, and I do think the statue is a problem because it's made by someone else who's not really in this community, and it's their own version or representation of us. The thing with centers and why that's popular is the theme of there's always somebody or some foreign entity that wants to portray Black people. Black Americans cannot control their own image, have ownership over their own music, their own land. It's harder for foundational Black Americans. So then we have somebody who comes over who could probably own more land than the average Black American. And then they sit up and they bring this statue over here and they say, this is the representation for you. So accept this or not, because this is what you're supposed to look like. And the reason why Black Americans, which we all do have a problem with it, and we're all sensitive to it, is because we're getting it from all ends, financially, medically, physically, politically, and spiritually.
Okay.
And everything that they present, everything that a foreign person outside of our community that's presented to us is part of a psyop game, because they're looking for our reaction to track where our mindset is. They were surprised with the election when where some of us didn't agree with Kamala. They were surprised at the whole Target boycott and things like that. And now the reason why I personally have a problem with the statue myself, and I don't care how much backlash I get from anybody else on this, is because it is still a Black person, particularly a Black woman, shown in frustration, like she is the mole, like she is the mammy. When you look at that statue, what's the first word that comes to your mind?
Oh, can I say?
Mm-hmm.
When I look at that statue, I think about someone saying, I don't give a fuck. That's what I think of. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. I don't give a F because why?
Wow.
Because I sacrificed myself. I put everybody's needs before mine. I got my whole youth all up and down New York and stuff like that. Now I have to demand dinners and tell them to commit to me and stuff like that. Nobody respects a woman like that. Now, I'm not mad at the woman's shape or what she's wearing on her head, because I'm a Black woman. Do what you got to do to feel beautiful. My problem is her expression. She's not a full figure woman who is raising her hands up at the sky. She doesn't feel enlightened. She's not ethereal like the Statue of Liberty. It's the fact that she is thrown in frustration. So then again, images are very subliminal. You see what I'm saying? So, and especially music. And because Black people are very, very spiritual among all the races, and this is no flex, this is a fact, is the reason why I have a problem with it. When I saw Sinners, I almost walked out because I was like, oh my gosh, here we go, another cotton field, another this, another that. And I'm just sick of the representation and the imagery because it sets us back subliminally.
You walked out? You walked out of Sinners?
I didn't walk out because I knew it was more to it. I almost walked out.
Okay.
You know, I already spent my money. We're in a recession. I'm not going to waste my dollar. I already got the popcorn and all that.
Okay.
But it's all about, it's the subliminal representation. That's my problem with it. She's not showing hope. She's not showing empowerment. She's not showing happiness. And she's not showing femininity. She's showing, I'm a mule. I'm a mammy. I'm tired, I'm this and I'm that, and it's coming from somebody who's not even from here.
Defiant.
Now let one of us set up a statue in their country. Yes, a bias. let one of us set up a statue in their country, have land ownership, do everything we can, and we're Black immigrants, and we say, okay, this is a white man, he has a small nose, a small pecker, and some goofy glasses, and he stole a bunch of children and bags of money. How do you think that's going to look?
Not that you have to. You and Janet are on opposite sides of the tracks. Janet is co-hosting with me for the minute. Janet, do you want to respond or no? Do we let the caller land her plane? Janet.
Yeah, I just want to, I'm sorry. What is your name again? I'm sorry, I forget.
It's Taylor.
Hey, Taylor. I don't think that she has a scowl on her face. I think she has a look of discernment on her face. Her face is soft. He made her face soft with the look of discernment on it, which is a representative of what we go through every day as Black women. I don't
want to be reminded of what I go through every day as a Black woman because it's not positive. We need positive representation. We need someone who is happy. We need somebody who's healthy. We need somebody who's in their power and who's liberated. I don't want to see frustration. I don't want to see discernment. I don't want to see any more of that because we are tired of carrying the silent wisdom and the sacrifice that comes along with that. So that's not enough for me. And I see some of the people in the comments saying, well, if a woman made it. No, if a woman made it, she should know better because women are more intuitive. That's why women are holding a higher standard across all races.
Okay.
So I would be offended times 10, especially if she came from a different country. This is just where I stand with it.
I appreciate
representation matters.
No, I'm letting you speak. Go ahead and land your plane. No rush. Land your plane. You're cool.
I just have one more question.
Okay.
Tell her what is the meaning.
The person right here said, my first thought was, whose angry ass auntie is this? I'll tell you whose auntie is. That's my auntie. And let me tell you a story about my auntie who's shaped like that. Okay.
All right.
Okay, Janet, did you have a question? If not, we gave her the last word.
Yeah, I have a question. She was still speaking. I didn't want to interrupt.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll continue. Okay. What?
Can you tell me the meaning of the word discernment?
Discernment is having a spiritual wisdom, is listening to your higher self or being wise enough to know when something is off. My discernment is sharp on the statue. Something is off. This is somebody else who is a tether who's trying to tell me and tell you and tell everybody in this comment section about who's Black, how they should look or how they should be perceived. We're past that point. It's 2025. Okay. She should be hopeful. She should be happy, have her hands up. She should be healthy. And if we really want to shut it down, she should be next to a strong Black man who's healthy as well.
Bars. Okay. Well, thank you. No, Janet, we gave her the last word. Thank you so much, Taylor. Thank you, Taylor. Right. Thank you, Taylor. Janet, sit tight. I'm coming back to you. Oh, wait a minute. Now, hold on a second. I don't want no problems out of this white boy. He's a friend of mine. But let me just say to you right now. White boy, watch your mouth. It's early afternoon. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Watch your white mouth. What's cracking, Rory?
Yeah, well, good, man. I can't believe all the perfect people and all the perfect callers on the line today talking about, they must have perfect bodies and a perfect life. They're very judgmental of the statue. I love the statue. I think the statue is great. I think it reflects reality.
It's mammy.
Yeah, I absolutely think that. It reflects the times. Yeah. It reflects reality. That's at the crossroads of the world. People don't understand. This is 42nd Street, Times Square. This is the highest honor.
I thought it was 46th Street.
America.
Janet, where's that statue? It's not on 42nd. Where's that statue exactly? I thought it was 46 or something like that. Go ahead, Rory. You were saying? Go ahead.
That's the highest honor you could get in our country, to be on the crossroads of the world. No place else in this country is more visited. And Son, we got a black mammy. All the black people always say like we're not a monolith. We're not a monolith. Okay, fine. So not everybody's the same. How come we can't celebrate the black mammy? How come we can't celebrate the black mammy? What's wrong with that? Yeah. We got generations of strong black mammies who have raised families and generations by themselves. Yeah. And we can't honor the black mammy. You know, she's up there. I think the artist or the sculpture did a great job. I think not only is the mammy in her natural form on 42nd Street, but I also think he captured the attitude brilliantly. Hand on the hips, getting ready to cuss somebody out, neck rolling and jive ass turkeying. I think he captured it. You know, that's what you want an artist to do. You know, to capture the.
Hold on a second. Deeds says the statue is on 46th Street, not 42nd. We have to be precise. Thank you, Deeds.
46. Okay, you can go up to 46. It doesn't matter. That's the crossroads of the world. That's still considered Times Square.
Yes.
You know, it's just not one block. If anybody knows the area.
Over there by Sam Ash and Manny's Music. I don't know if Manny's is still there, but that's right where Sam Ash and Manny's used to be. Hold on. Stay there, Rory. Stay there. Janet, do you want to comment or do we let Rory just land his plane? Janet's my co-host.
You know what? I was thinking, Rory, maybe, you know, I believe it depicts the woman, the black woman condition in America, in your opinion. Now, I was thinking that maybe they should put an Irish woman statue up there. I mean, because you always say that you guys came in here and y'all fought for the Civil War and you guys were slaves, were indentured service. But you failed to mention that when you guys first started coming over here, you were sending your young daughters over here to marry the men. And then after 15 years of marriage to these white Europeans, they was able to bring their other family over and they was given land.
Janet, can we stay on topic with regards to the sculpture on 46, please?
Why don't we put a statue of one of those women up there too?
Okay.
And to tell the truth.
Well, I mean, that's not the topic. Well, first off, that's not the topic. Second off, I mean,
that is the topic because you're going to sit here. Yeah, it is the topic because you're going to sit here and you're going to use the word vanity over and over and over and over again, like you don't come from generations of prostitutes.
The statue is the topic of 42nd Street.
No.
Okay.
You guys voluntarily came over here and subjugated yourself.
We're bringing in another topic.
We didn't have.
Okay, guys, one at a time, please. Hold on a second. Okay, Janet, please listen because it's early afternoon.
Yes,
I don't want to do shouting back and forth.
I'm sorry. I'll
take our time. You wanted to address Rory, and Rory, just let Janet respond so we can wrap this up, please. Let Janet speak. Rory, go ahead, Janet.
Sure.
So I'm just thinking, you know, in all the fair and war, I think we should have a statue of an Irish prostitute up there in Times Square too, and let's see her discernment on her face and her hands on her hips. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's great.
Since you want to use the word mammy so much. Because, you know, I tell you the truth. I tell you the true history. I let you get away with a lot of stuff because you're funny. But come on. I'm on this line now. I'm not going to let you sit here and disrespect black women as a whole.
Okay, guys, one at a time. Hold on a second. Rory, you can respond to Janet. Janet wants to smoke clearly. Rory, are you there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what she's so mad about. That's the patron saint of baby mamas. There's going to be black mammies from all across the country. It's going to make a pilgrimage to Times Square and say a special prayer at the feet of the black mammy statue in Times Square to get their back child support. You know, they're going to get their back child support and they're going to go up there and pray. But when they go on Maury, that they get the right results of who's their baby daddy. So why can't we just, you know, appreciate the, you know, the statue and the dedication to a black mammy in America? I mean, I don't get that. You know, she got the brandy braids, the 1990s brandy braids in her hair. Yeah. She got her, you know, her sassy attitude. I love it. I think it's great. Okay. You know, she just got off the A train at 46th Street, You know, so I love it. I think it's great. I don't know why they're so upset and mad about, you know.
All right, hold on a second, Rory. Janet, I'm going to let Rory land his plane. Are we good? I don't want to do, you know, a heated discussion here. Janet, are you good?
Okay, so I just want to state that if Rory feels that way, he has a right to. I have a right to feel that they should put an Irish prostitute whore next to the statue of the black woman, so those people from Ireland could come and pay homage.
Well, okay? I thought you liked the statue. I thought you thought it was good.
And I believe
now
somebody who's talking so much,
we got a Project Mammy statue in the middle of Times Square.
They call you Yuck Mouth because you don't breath.
A single mother Project Mommy statue.
Fuck out of here.
That people love. People are coming from all over.
Janet, you have to watch the language. Janet, please. No F-bombs.
Project Mammy statue. 12 foot.
Okay.
They call you Yuck.
Janet, you have to watch the F-bomb.
You like your teeth like that.
Janet.
Yes.
Come on, you can't do the F-bomb. It's too early, okay?
I didn't say no F-bomb.
You said get the F out of here. I heard you. But hold on a second.
No.
Let's let Rory land his plane. You're my co-host. You're going to have the last word. Rory, can you finish up, please? White boy Rory, finish up.
Yo, Star, on some real ish, I think that statue should be permanent. I think it should be designated a UNICEF World Heritage Site. So all mammies from across the whole black single parent mammies could, you know, baby mamas from all across the country should come and pray that they get their back child support and, you know, get positive.
Okay, you did good. Thank you for not cursing. You did good, Rory. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Peace, Janet. Love you, girl.
All right. Janet, you're my co-host. You don't have to worry about getting the last word. You're going to get the last word, but you got to let other people talk. What happened? What's going on?
Okay, I apologize. I sincerely apologize again.
You're good. You want to land your plane? He's off the line, but he's high spirit.
I'm gonna go ahead and land my plane because I got to go to the store. But I want to tell you this: those DNAs that they need, they can find them in the jaw of Rory Mouth. Okay, Yuck Mouth. All right, that's it.
Well, listen. I didn't say you had to go. I said with regards to the Rory conversation, land your plane on that. You can still stay on the line.
My plane is landed, but I ordered some stuff and it's ready, and I got to go pick it up.
Okay, I appreciate you, Janet.
All right.
I appreciate you.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. I don't pick sides, but we can't do the whole arguing thing back and forth. It's too early. Guys, please check out one of my sponsors, youtube.com/@Spirit Smooth Tunes. Great platform. Exceptional B-sides with regards to foundational Black American music, and whether it be classic soul, neo soul, jazz. You can go to that platform and get a really, really good education. All right, guys. Also, you can use the Star Report Cash App, tax-free donations, tax deductible donations. King Simon, are you calling in? Are you calling in, King Simon? Okay, guys. Yeah, I don't want to talk about the mayor of Newark right now. That has nothing to do with the statue. Hey, Tiffany, I got your email. Hold on a second. What is this here? Tiffany sent me something about Billie Holiday. Okay. I've never seen that statue in person. Okay. Thank you so much. Let me just respond to Tiffany. That's a very good piece of history she just sent me. Area code 248. Good afternoon. Are you there? 248. Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, sir. Star.
Hey.
Yes, sir. Star.
Yeah, you got to take off the headset and come closer to the phone, sir.
Do I sound a little better now?
It's a little better. Where do you want to start? Thank you for tapping in.
Yeah, hey, man, appreciate you. This is Dino D, first time calling.
Okay.
I just want to comment on the statue, man. I really think that the statue was purposely made in a flawed way.
Okay.
And I think everyone's pointing out the flaws, and I think that was one of the main reasons the artist probably made the statue that way. To me, I think flaws are beautiful. You know, I think flaws are, you know, genuine. I like the fact that he didn't put like a statue of someone with a BBL or, you know, some plastic breast or whatever, you know, or whatever, man. I like the fact that it's flawed. You know, I like the fact that it's something that people kind of really probably didn't expect.
Okay.
You know, because it would have been easy to put someone like a Dorothy Dandridge image or a Halle Berry.
Yeah.
You know, but I just think, you know, he did
If it were Mariah Carey or Sade, we wouldn't even be talking about it right now, right?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody would care if it was a Whitney Houston statue or a SZA. Nobody would care. But now we have what appears to be a plus size, defiant, you know, statue.
Yeah.
People are talking.
It created that controversy. It's creating controversy. So if everyone's on your show talking about it, there's going to be plenty of other people that have a lot to say about it as well.
Okay. Do you care about President Trump, sir? His administration is considering giving $1,000 to illegals to self-deport. You hear about that?
Yeah, I did. That sounds like a setup to me. I don't know.
Well, what should be done, sir? What should be done then? Clearly, you are not in favor of illegals being here, right?
Hold on. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Are you in favor of illegals being here and, you know, the projections to apprehend them by ICE and others is $17,000 per person. So why not give them $1,000 to go home?
Oh, no. It's not that I'm in favor of illegals being here. It's just that, you know, it's kind of hard for me to believe that they're going to give someone $1,000. That's just my opinion. That's all. But no, I'm not in favor of illegals being here.
I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
No, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay. Guys, hold on a second. Something else just escaped my mind. Okay. Manza says Miami is full of illegals. Yeah. I don't like Miami, Florida. I really don't. I never have. I've never had a good time down there. I've been down there maybe a dozen times since the early 90s, working for Virgin Records, Atlantic Records. Blade, are you tapping in? No, Blade's never tapping in. Yes, Blade, we're already talking about President Trump is pushing for self-deportation. That's one of the topics here. Who sent it? A Zell, thank you so much. I would rather have Florida Evans from Good Time statue. Okay. Otis, thank you for your contribution. Okay, here's someone who I sent an email to earlier responding. Okay. Folks, how about we deal with what's in Times Square as opposed to what they should have done? Let's deal with what's there. You know, I think that's really the discussion at this point in time. Area code 603. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. 603. You have to speed on the topics. Yes,
yeah,
no,
what's
mate.
up, Star?
Hey.
Yes. Star, I'm here. Can you hear me, brother?
How are you, sir? Yes, sir.
I'm all right, man. I like to say peace to your room. I love your platform. Okay. I love what you're doing.
Thank you, man.
And is there any way you can put up Sister Jeanette's Cash App? Because I want to send her some money. I like the way she was talking.
Janet?
I don't really like
Janet?
Yeah, Janet. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I don't have.
I think she's
I don't have her Cash App offhand, sir. But you can, I'm sure, leave a comment after the show, and she responds. She's in the comments from time to time.
Absolutely. Now, as far as the statue, I haven't seen. I'm a New York native. I haven't seen the statue, but I think I think it could be something that could be done with more taste, because I think, you know, the neck, what I'm hearing, the neck snapping or just the disposition of how she looks can be disheartening to African American women, because they all don't possess that demeanor. You know what I'm saying? So I think to focus on that look can be disheartening.
But you haven't seen it. You said you haven't seen it.
I know. I'm listening. I'm listening to the conversation of people that have seen it,
and I appreciate that. But you have not seen it yet.
No, not myself to critique it. No.
Can I ask how old are you, and are you a father or a husband? Who am I speaking to?
Oh yes. I'm a father. I'm in my 40s. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I am a father.
Years ago, I forget what exact year. Remember that whole twerking on the Capitol or twerking on Washington thing, where you had the black girls booty popping with the American flag shorts? You remember that?
Absolutely. I think that was done in poor taste as well.
Okay. Is that a natural way that black women should be allowed to express themselves? I mean, we can sit here and say what we want about twerking, but there are a lot of countless black women, FBA, ADOS, Tethers, they twerk, right?
I mean, if you're focusing on the gyration of a dance movement, that isn't anything that's going to.
I'm just speaking to the reality of it. I mean, listen, I've had girlfriends who they snarl. Oh, that's so disgusting. But then I catch them twerking in the mirror. You know, hey, whoa! I thought you went with that. Oh, like I wasn't supposed to see it. I'm just trying to say the natural, aura, if you will. So you haven't seen the statue, but I'll let you land your plane. I recommend you see it.
Okay.
Then your thoughts may or may not change. Go ahead.
Absolutely. I can equate the twerking for African American women to men holding their private parts. You know how we grip the private part and then in a mode to display something. So it's almost a parallel to that. It's very, very distasteful, but I mean that's something we shouldn't do. But it is what it is, man. I'll check out the statue and definitely come back and give a better synopsis. You have a wonderful day, bro.
Thank you. Did he call me brother? Please, folks, at least Google it before you call in. If you have not seen the statue, it's a good discussion. It's trending everywhere. I'm going to say again, is it mammy? Absolutely. And I have no problem with it. I'm not scared of mammy. I know how to deal with mammy. I've been telling you for years, I am the founder of the war on mammies. It's just, a light verbal jousting match that I have from time to time when I'm out and about. I had my run-ins with mammy decades ago, so I know what buttons not to push, and I don't give off the energy or the as if I want to get it in, no. Patrice, I got your donation. Thank you. Hold on a second here. That's somebody who I want to talk to. I hope he's got an opinion as opposed to saying it is what it is. Area code 347 King Simon, is that you, sir? King Simon.
It is me, sir. It is me, sir. How are you?
Good to hear from you. Do you have an opinion, King Simon?
Of course. First, from that guy's perspective from out of Britain, Thomas J. I went and looked him up also while you was talking, Thomas J. Price.
Price, yes, Thomas J. Price.
From his perspective, that's his perspective, if that's what he wants. But I come from an era where and I sent you a picture from the Senegalese statue.
Okay.
That they have of the black woman, man, and child together.
Okay.
And even in history, the union of black men and women was more promoted back in the day. And I understand what as long as she looked like a mammy for some people, but it looked like a regular working woman in that area too. Of course, around Times Square, because I used to go there, frequent there all the time. But I wish we would, as a person from outside of America, I wish she would have probably tried to promote more of the unification of the man and the woman and the child. Again, bringing that concept back. Because that's another part for me, look like it's separated. And, Rory said his part. He made a little sense. So big up to Rory and what he said. And Janice made her sense. And the other lady made her sense. But again, I wish we would bring back those images. I remember reading Barashango's book, the original guardian angel, the black woman, the original black guardian angel, and I have nothing against that. But we need to bring back the yin and yang concept again, the balance, so we could try to heal the family. That's what I'm saying, from my perspective.
I thank you for your position, King Simon. You and I have history, but now, with all due respect, you and I are from a time gone by. The family does not sit down and eat together anymore.
Yeah, I know.
So the whole chemistry between the mother, the father, and the child, even if it's just the mother and the child, that's a day long gone. So when you say bring something back, I don't know. I mean, not that I'm so much accepting of what we have now, but we have to look at it and say, okay, this is where we are. The statue to you, as opposed to saying what should be or what you felt he should have done. What do you see when you look at that statue? It's 12 foot tall on 46th Street in Manhattan. What do you see?
I see, like working in that area myself back in the day as a vendor and also working in the buildings back in the day. It's a regular working woman of that time or somebody looking for a job just like that. To tell you the truth, that's what I see when I look at it. And
King Simon, a job? A job or a brawl? What are you talking about, a job?
No, damn. No, sir. Women around there are looking, there's temp agencies around there. There's all types of things around there. So I've seen women look just like that walking in that neighborhood. Dressed like that. Dressed the same way. Or you'll have...
King Simon, you're going back 30 years, sir. Hold on a second.
Yeah, maybe I am. You're right. I haven't worked in that neighborhood in a long time. You're right.
Let's bring it up to date. That's a female.
I haven't been there.
She looks like she's ready. You know, she's. I have never once said during this broadcast that she's unattractive. I've never said that.
Right.
And I'm not. Okay. I'm not saying that. Have you yourself? You and I have history. You're from Brooklyn. Have you smashed some mammies? Keep it real, King Simon.
Of course. Stop playing.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, sir. Of course. They can cook too. And they can
4 o'clock in the morning, you're coming down off of that ish. You know, you can't go home to your girl. You know what I mean? You don't know where your keys are. Your apartment is way uptown or way in Brooklyn. But there's Mammy right in Queens over there. Queensbridge houses. She's right there. So is she really that bad of a person?
I didn't say she was bad. I'm just saying that's the look I've seen over the years, even in that neighborhood. Yes, I have seen that look before. And there's nothing wrong because black women come in various sizes, shapes, and all kinds of forms. You know, I've even almost smashed a little person one time, so I know what this is.
Okay.
Almost.
All right. Hey man, great to talk to you. Great to talk to you. I got you.
And Trump. Can I say something about Trump?
President Trump, sir. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, President Trump. Yes, sir. If it's going to save him some money, save the taxpayer some money, do what he got to do, you know. And because, hey, look, again, my family immigrated from Jamaica and Cuba, but they came here legally and did what they had to do. Everybody has to come and do what they have to do and get on the legal thing. And he even said in the speech that as long as they are, you know, reputable people or people that's going to come back and do and, you know, do what they have to do in America, hey, paraphrasing, they can come back. It is what it is.
Great to talk to you. Great to talk to you, King Simon.
Yes. All right. Take care. Take care.
Yeah, let's not get it twisted about what I'm saying. Oh, that's Mammy, that statue. I don't hate her. I know how to deal with her. Been dealing with her. I've had brawls with her. She's held me down. We've gotten money together. When I take my road trips, I know what buttons not to push when she's at the drive-through window. If I'm coming out of Jersey Mike's and I'm getting a hero and Mammy's coming in, I open the door with a smile. And I usually spit a little game, you know, just something to just try and make her day. Hey, girl, in the words of El DeBarge, you wear it well. Hold on a second. Is that Colleen tapping in on a Friday early edition? Colleen?
Good afternoon,
hey,
friends and neighbors.
Hey.
How are you today?
Good to hear from you.
I may not be the right person to ask for an opinion on this.
Sure you are. Come on.
But I was really, first of all, it was another white person who brought my attention to the statue. And schooled me on the gallery that represents the artists and how powerful they are in the art world, and that they're like a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Right. And they're so powerful that the New York Post ran the story about the statue yesterday, and then it disappeared from the New York Post's website. So she said, wow, maybe the gallery reached out to the Post and said, we won't give you a deal on artwork if you don't take that story down. That being said, the first thing I thought of when I saw the statue, when she showed me the picture, was hypertension, diabetes, and amputated toes. Okay. While the statue in and of itself is beautiful, the face is beautiful, the fact that she looks disheveled, she has no bra on, similar to and she has Doc Martens on, similar to what a previous caller said, the Black woman is expected to be a hero. And another caller said, Black women are not allowed to be soft. Okay. That's a choice. If a man deserts you or leaves you, then you put all of your focus on your children and raise your children to the best of your abilities, reaching out to the village to get as much as support as possible. You do not have to be hard. You do not have to be hard. Being hard is a choice. Right. Okay. You could reach out to people. You can be vulnerable. You could go to therapy. You could say, I have abandonment issues from my father, or, because their father abandoned me. You will not die without a man in your life who has chosen not to be in your life. Okay. So that hardness, that call to arms, that, uniform, the warrior's uniform, that needs to be dispelled completely, because it's not a Black woman's job to fight for everybody. Okay. Not even democracy. Okay. Not even democracy, because we all just witnessed what Joe Biden's administration did to Stacey Abrams. They dumped $2 billion into her nonprofit.
Good point.
And where is she now? She might fall under federal indictment. Why? Because the Black woman is used, as the savior of all people. That's not your job. Your job is to save yourself and to focus on your family. Ask any therapist, ask any trained psychologist, and or a life coach, they will tell you the same exact thing. So again, while I agree that the statue in and of itself, her face is beautiful, she is a poor representation of success in this country, of what success should be. That means taking care of yourself, your body, your mind. Your job is not to go out there and fight for everybody unless you're an attorney, unless you're an elected official and you've chosen this as a vocation. So that's, to me, it was like slightly Monty Pythonish, like making a mockery of the political climate. And another caller said that this is the beginning of the end. Like this is symbolizing the beginning of the end.
That was Sarah.
Of the putting Black women on a pedestal. Black women don't need anybody to put them on a pedestal. Put yourself on a pedestal. Okay, have standards, and you won't sit around waiting for somebody to put you on a pedestal. That's all. It's very, very simple.
Okay.
So I appreciate Janet's sentiments. I understand that she identifies with the statue, because I believe I heard her say, that's me. I appreciate Sarah. I definitely appreciate Sunday.
Okay.
As somebody who takes physical fitness and health very, very seriously, with myself, my family, my students. But again, this is also playing into the hands of the industrial medical complex and the industrial, pharmaceutical complex that wants people to remain sick, fat, unhealthy, and just not taking care of themselves.
Colleen, the artist himself, I don't know. Is he married with children? Is he gay? What is his story? I didn't get a chance to really do a deep dive on him.
I didn't really deep dive on him. I don't really know much about him except that he's Jamaican, and of what appears to be an Anglophile. He loves British culture.
Okay.
And, he might have been commissioned for all we know. He might have received millions of dollars to create a statue to represent what Black American women are supposed to look like in the middle of Times Square, which to me sends a really bad message to everybody. Get healthy, love yourself, take care of yourself.
If I can just because you're from New York, 5 years ago there was Bronx, yes, Bronx. 5 years ago, the Rumors of War statue displayed in Times Square. It was a Black man with dreadlocks on a horse, kind of similar to the statue that we're looking at now. So, you yourself, you know that they put different statues in place to cause different effects, to get people to discuss things. So I think it's done its job. Yes. Here we are talking.
Art is very political. Art is very, very political. Art is supposed to evoke emotion.
Yes.
Back in the day, long before there was social media, artists actually depicted in their paintings and in their sculptures the real climate of what was going on at the time.
Right.
Take, for instance, the Sistine Chapel. Michaelangelo painted the Sistine Chapel to show, and the face of the devil was the Pope at the time, right? That was what history was. That's what artists did. Yeah. So, I don't know what this guy's angle is other than to, make a name for himself, to stir up controversy.
Okay.
But that's just my 2 cents. It might be for naught, but I want everybody to be happy and to love themselves.
Thank you so much. Bye, Colleen.
Okay, bye.
Colleen's happening. Guys, let me make sure I'm not missing your Cash Apps and Deeds. Did I put the PayPal information at the top of the live chat? I always forget to do that. Hemp Lord, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. World Peace, sit tight, sir. You will be my next caller. Thank you for your patience. World Peace, sit tight. You're up next. Sit tight. Hemp Lord says, how many white babies Mammy looked after? Deserved. Okay. Bill, I got your donation. Okay, he just says for the machine. Thank you so much, Bill. Okay. Hey, Valerie. She says, Story, you're bigging up Mammy and cutting her down at the same time. Well, I'm not intimidated by Mammy. I enjoy the back and forth. But I'm an older man. The younger generation, they may not know how to, defend themselves against Mammy because, Mammy will test you. Anybody in the live chat, how many Mammies have you seen two-piece a nigga? Pow! And he or she wasn't ready. Area code 267, World Peace. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your donation. You have the floor. World Peace.
Peace, Star.
Peace.
Yeah. So I think the one thing that I wanted to mention was about the statue. I think it promotes like the whole giving trophies for second place and stuff like that, right?
Okay.
Like I think like the last caller said, it's an average woman, right? And it's not a depiction of what success is in this country, or just even really just like to people in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to just post like an average person, like that's New York City. There's a lot of great people from New York City. You could have chose Spike Lee or.
Oh, stop. World like Peace, stop. You said Spike Lee. Come on, man. You lost me. You lost me. What are we talking about?
Well, the Knicks, because the Knicks is in. We ain't even go there either. But
stop.
You ain't even talk about sports at all.
And I'm not going to until the Knicks get into the finals. I am not, sir. But come on, let's bring it back to the statue.
Respect.
You said it's almost like one of those participation trophies, if you will.
Right. Like you promoting average. like Kevin Samuels would say, average at best.
Okay.
And you put that up on a pedestal, you know what I'm saying, to say like, I don't know, strive for this, or I don't know.
Well, stay with me, sir, because you've been on hold for a while, man. I'm not trying to rush you off there. And how old are you again? I forget.
I'm 45.
Okay. So let's say she represents the basic woman, if you will.
Right.
You're old enough to know that it's the basic woman that you really fall in love with, right? Not the one who it costs you hundreds of dollars, maybe thousands per month, to doll her up, and then when all of that stuff, comes off, and you wake up in the morning, sometimes you can look at her and say, oh! But with the basic one, you know what you're working with, and she's the most sincere. Yes, no.
Well, authentic is a better word.
Authentic.
I would use.
I like that. Authentic. Come on.
And also, though, basic is not the word I would use. I think when we're looking at that statue, we're referencing average.
Okay.
Right, and and it's nothing wrong with being average. What I'm saying is, though, I think we're striving for more. We're this is the technological age. Us as a people, we're growing more. So average is just not going to cut it. Not to be carved out in bronze.
Okay. I'm listening.
Rory saying that he
Sir, never mind that white boy. Never mind him. If people are too concerned with him, I'm not trying to protect him, but never mind the white boy. The white boy's got his opinion. What do you say, black man? Come on, black man.
No. So really the point I'm making is it's like a white, okay, so if I could combine 2 points, what is it? They said he might have been commissioned to do that.
Sure he was.
So someone paid him a lot of money to do that.
Yeah.
Right? By a white man, right? Because if he is a tether, like they say, then he idolizes the white man, that we also know the black woman idolizes the white man. So it's really like put that statue up there, like it's really like a statue for the white man to look at. He's gonna gloat when he walk past that every time.
Okay.
Yeah, like that's my product, right?
World peace. Before you go, sir. Before you go, did I ask you? Have you smashed a few mammies in your time?
In the words of Bernie Mac, I'm a pappy. Yeah, man. I come from a mammy.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm a pappy.
Okay, I appreciate you, man. Salute. World peace.
Peace.
I want you folks to speak. Young Kobe. What is Young Kobe saying? Hold on. Let me get that on the screen there. Guys, I don't have my contacts in, so sometimes when I just push, and something winds up on the screen. Okay, blacks love symbolism. They made a George Floyd statue in Newark, New Jersey, and he's not even from there. Yeah, that was crazy. That's crazy. I've always called George Floyd Gator. Samuel Jackson played Gator. You guys know what movie that was? Hold on. Someone sent me a nice donation. I just want to say thank you. Yeah, Gator. Yeah, that's that was George Floyd. Gator. You guys don't know? Jungle Fever. Remember he was doing a little dance. 202. Sit tight. You'll be my next caller. Is it Ty Loss? Okay, he says, good dude. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Ty Loss. Okay. Appreciate your donation. Newark, yes, guys, we know that the mayor of Newark, New Jersey has been arrested. Never met the man. That's not really my topic right now. He wasn't caught with a prostitute. He wasn't caught with any type of drug paraphernalia. Not that I'm saying he's into anything like that, but okay. I'm not gonna break up the show here for that. Kill Mo Lemonade got your donation. Are you calling in, sir? If not, thank you. Just to say, oh, maybe this is him. Hold on a second. Hey, is that you? Kill Mo Lemonade, area code 202.
What's going on with you?
Peace, man. Good to hear from you. Thank you for your patience. Where do you want to start, sir?
Yes, sir. Yeah, man, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it.
Okay.
You know, I don't even like how her body looks, and I know that we're trying to talk like, you know, well, this is the average woman and all this kind of stuff, but it's like the last two callers said. You know, I agree with their sentiment. It gives you that diabetes vibe, that high blood pressure vibe, that, you know, that snappy single woman, you know, and you know, and then when the other caller called in talking about the one in the statue in Senegal with the husband and the wife and the child.
Yeah.
I went to check and see that, and when I checked and saw it, it gave me even more disgust for what we have, as our statue is just a single woman all alone. You know what I mean? Just her hair ain't even hers. She got the extensions. Not that I'm against extensions, because I'd rather see that above weave. But my point is that we all know that it's not her hair. So it's like, then you got to add that. You know what I mean? You can't just have her looking natural. You gotta add extensions. Then her stomach, you know, is protruding. You know what I mean? To a degree, you know, they're not trying to have it protruding too bad, but you know. So and then, you know, the breast is all scattered around, and her, you know, her lower half is built like a Mexican woman, if anything.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, put some respect on her thighs, put some respect on her butt, put some respect on her hips. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm sick and tired of seeing so many women in pants anyway. Like, put a dress on her. If you're gonna make her, you know, look like an ancient mama type, she look like a modern ancient mama. Put a dress on her then. You know what I'm saying? They got her all, you know, standing out like she's like, you know, this anti, you know, just snappy woman, and she's not smiling. She don't got a smirk on her mouth. You know, she just got a very serious face. I don't feel it, and it's like, you know how the other person was saying, you know, when a white person walks past that, what are they gonna think? And I feel the exact same way.
Let me jump in right there, sir. Now, with all due respect, why should you care what a white person thinks?
Because the reason why I should care is because this is a country that we've grown together in for over 500 years.
Okay.
So it's not about that I care about them to such a degree because they matter so much, but it's about that we have coexisted in this country for all this time alone. Okay, Native Americans off of some distant area where it's just me, I mean, not me, but, you know, our race and their race, primarily. You see what I'm saying? We are the primary depiction of what an American is. Black people and white people, you know. And so when you see that, it's almost like a slap in the face in 2025. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. And you know it's an agenda.
Troll babies, I'm gonna let this man cook. Sir, go ahead and cook. Come on.
And you know it's an agenda when you walk into the Target and all these. You see these advertisements. It's either a sissy ass nigga, right, with a nose ring or a bull nose ring, or you know. And
don't forget the bonnet. Niggas are wearing bonnets. Don't forget the bonnet.
I don't even care about these new advertisements of blacks and whites. When I see advertisements on a bus, it's like got a Latino or a white person tatted up with a tattoo, or it's like, why can't we just have a regular person with just their skin showing, just a normal skin? You know, they gotta always show a hint of a tattoo somewhere, or you know, it's always trying to show like the decrepitcy of society. Like, you can't just show like, you know, somebody looking fit and looking the part. You know what I'm saying? You can't just show like a nappy ponytail with a woman with just you know, 4C hair, but it's long. You know what I'm saying? Because that exists. My mother has it.
Okay.
It's like what? It's like, what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you almost want to say, "What, you got a problem with something?" You want to pull them to the side and say, "Hey man, is there a problem?"
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these people are hiding in the cut. They hiding. Okay. You see what I'm saying? They're hiding and they're encouraging this stuff, but they're hidden though. You can't find them. You know, it's just like how you got these record execs and these, you know, you hear the music, but you can't find the small hat person behind it. You know, he's not the person who you Google, but we got all this controversial Illuminati BS when it comes to you know what Jay-Z sacrificed this and Beyonce did that. But okay, but what's up with their boss though? What's up with the record label owners? Why can't you make videos about them? Let's research them. Like who are these people behind the curtain? You know,
the ones that pull the strings.
Expose them.
The ones that pull the strings.
Pull the string. You know, pull the curtain back. The people who pull the strings. I'm in DC, man. I'm from DC, man. There's a lot of beautiful black women here. You know what I mean? We was once Chocolate City. You know what I'm saying? We still are the dominant race. So what I'm saying is, like, man, that ain't what I have to see every time I open my eyes and just glance and see a black woman. I don't see that every time. You know what I'm saying? Like, do better. You know, and it really needs to be. We need in all these protests, people need to be getting mad at that. Black people, we big on not getting mad at the right stuff, man. We always get mad at, you know, some other type of stuff. We're like, let's get mad at the right thing for a change. This woman with big draws, big draws up there. You know, got big draws posted up in Times Square. Right. And we just supposed to be cool. And we supposed to just be cool because they gave it to us. Right. You know what I'm saying? Something's crazy, man.
Hey, I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. I let him cook. 973, you're up next. Sit tight, 973. And Dana, I see you. Hang on. Dana with the data. Hold on. Guys, thank you for your support. I'm trying to read your cash apps. If I don't get to them fast enough, I'll try and get them on the screen. I like the statue. It's Mammy. Bold, aggressive. She wants all this smoke. But now, to be fair, I don't have any biological children that I claim, you know. But if my son were to bring home that woman, that statue, I would say, son, you can do better. I would say. You can do better. Area code 973. Thank you for your patience. Are you there? 973?
I'm here.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Please watch the language. Where do you want to start?
Okay. Well, I want to start off with one of the most celebrated art pieces in history, and it happens to be a very mid-white woman by the name of Mona Lisa.
Okay.
We allow mid-white women to be celebrated throughout history all the time, and to this day she is celebrated, but for some reason people seem to have a problem with this Black woman being celebrated. I think this Black woman is beautiful. I think she looks like a lot of our mothers, some of us. She looks like our cousins, our sisters, and aunties. And I love to see it. I think we are in an era of normal people replacing the celebrity. That's why we see people like Kai Cenat. That's why we see reality TV being more entertaining and revered than the average television show. Okay. So to see an average Black woman be put out there, I think that that's beautiful. I think we need to see more of it. And I don't know why Black men are in such an uproar. They're the ones that say that they hate the BBLs, the lashes, the weaves, the gold diggers, the high maintenance women. This looks like a woman to me that's a single mother that did not self-prioritize her self-care, but she put everybody before herself.
Okay.
And people never celebrate that.
Okay.
I think it's also a reflection of deeper things, like the fact that a lot of us live in communities that are food deserts, that are deprived of affordable and nutritional options.
Right.
And a lot of the time, single mothers just have to get it on a run, and we got to go to work and pick up our kids and help them with homework and bathe them and prepare ourselves and them for school, and it's time to do it all over again the next day. So just the fact that we can get up every day and push through it and do the workload of two people should be revered and celebrated.
Take your time. You've been on hold for a while, and I have nothing to say with regards to what you've said. This is what you truly feel. Please, come on.
Yeah. I mean, I heard people like Rory earlier who who sounds like he's the missing link. You know, he's sitting there attacking Black women because he's really afraid to make racist trope jokes about Black men because he knows he would get his teeth rearranged.
Oh, he's not on the line.
Shout out to you, Rory.
He's not on the line. Don't worry about it. He's
It's okay, just in case he hears it later.
Okay.
And just to talk about another woman like Harriet Tubman, who's not a Coke bottle shape. She didn't prioritize her shape. She prioritized the liberation of her people.
Not to start anything, because people are allowed to say what they want to say. Sunday brought up Marilyn Monroe as if that was some type of standard by today's time.
Marilyn Monroe, the president's whore.
The president. I was just about to say the president's whore, and she was a pillhead. She was on all sorts of pills and alcohol. But in terms of her physical appearance, that was a starlet back in those days. And again, not to start anything with what she said. If that's what she finds to be beautiful, that's all well and good. But we're at a different time now, 2025, and plus size is, desired, right? Plus size women.
Yeah.
Come on.
Definitely. And it's the average woman period in America is a size 16 to 18. So I don't know why this is so shocking to people. You just saw these women on the subway on your ride home into work.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, this is the average woman. And then it's so funny to me to hear people making all these assumptions about her facial expression and what she's thinking, and does she have who told you she had on fake hair? Who told you that? She might have her hair box braided to keep it out the way. I heard the Black man that came on before this talk about, oh, it's okay for her to have 4B hair as long as it's long, right? A lot of Black men have stipulations on their love for Black beauty. It's okay for her to have natural hair as long as it's curly and long. It's okay for her to be sick as long as it's in her titties and ass.
Can I throw you a curveball? Just a little pushback.
Let's do it.
Okay. Colleen is the only one who picked up on something I said earlier, and thus the reason why she could be, representing contentious Black women. Did you notice the Doc Martens on her feet, aka the shit kickers?
Listen, what are those choices of footwear? I don't have anything to do with that.
No, hang on. I'm just asking, did you notice the Doc Marten shoes? They used to call those shit kickers. Now that said to me, okay, she might be about that action, the history of who wore the Doc Martens. So that says to me that she's not necessarily FBA for those who really pay attention and who know the history. But okay, well, listen, go ahead and land your plane. I appreciate your commentary, and you have the final word.
Yeah, I mean, let's stop being so selective on how we celebrate Black beauty. Let's celebrate all Black beauty. And let's start like we had mothers that loved us, because a lot of y'all be giving, my mother hated me.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. I thank you for your call.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. We used to wear Doc Martens in the early 80s and stage dive at CBGB's. And the intent was to kick somebody in the head. Pow! Or get kicked in the head. And then you go out, stand outside, and you discuss the blood running down your head, or the fact that, you got kicked in the side of your face. Doc Martens, that was what we wore. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. Hang on a second. Oh, I thank you for your patience, Dana, with the data. Hey, girl. Hey, girl.
I know. I was like, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Where do you want to start, Dana?
I said, I know he forgot about me for a second. I can tell.
I got you. What's cracking? I'm looking for your banner. Go ahead.
Yeah. So
I was getting my hair done because I was going to call in.
Okay.
And I was like, well, let me just call in now real quick.
Okay.
And listen, I was listening to people calling in. Great show, great commentary. And I just want to say something real quick. So for me, I do not like the statue. For me, it's representing the eraser of Black Americans, the Black family. They could have had a statue of a Black family or a Black boy, the future, basically. And somebody did mention the statue in Africa because that's the first thing I was thinking about. And I'm actually going to do a reaction to it and bring that up. We need it, but we need our American FBA family version of a statue. And I don't see that. So to me, it just sounds like, they are trying to usher in the future is tether or illegals or immigration, because the statue, it looks like she's suffering and not freedom. And it also represents, when you talk about the mammy or a Black woman being contentious, that she's not a kept woman, but instead struggling because of how they have her depicted with what she has on and the braids and the hand on hip. No, and it's not even the weight, because she's not like fat, she's curvy, but she's just not well put together. Plus size. And I also wanted to touch on Ras Baraka because it does blend in this whole thing with the statue. I just want to say this real quick.
Go ahead. The mayor,
right? Because
of Newark, New Jersey, for those
the mayor
just arrested,
right? It ties into this because he's breaking the law for illegals, never tried to break the law or really fight for Black Americans, considering his father's legacy, Mr. Leroy Jones, a.k.a. Imari Baraka. So again, when we talk about what are you representing, right, they are really ushering in to replace foundational Black Americans with the tethers, with the illegals. And that's a problem. And this statue is representing that. So, and that was it. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. On the screen, I got youtube.com/@TheRealDana. Okay. What do you think about the president proposing to pay illegals $1,000 to self-deport? You up to speed?
Yeah, I heard you mention that, I don't like it. I just have ICE invest that money into more ICE agents to just arrest them and get them up out of here, because we gave them too much. They received too much already. Let that $1,000 go to the American people, to tell on the illegals, to help ICE out. So that money could be spent elsewhere, not giving them money to leave, because we gave them money to come here illegally. So stop giving these people, stop giving them money. No, I'm against that. So that's a wrong move.
Yeah, they'll figure out some way to come here to get $1,000 just to go back home.
Right, exactly. So why you keep giving them these incentives? And I just read, because it came out today, he is bringing over white South Africans and labeling them as refugees. So he's going to be giving them land and giving them all type of incentives and social services.
Wait a minute. Now we spoke about that, you and I, damn near 2 months ago. And didn't you do a show on this? Because I was simply asking, might the white South Africans come here and be classified as African Americans and benefit? And you just said they're getting what now? What did I miss?
He is allowing white South Africans to come here under the banner of a refugee. And with that, you do get government assistance. And so these are people who already have money, or the middle class or the upper middle class there. They know how to farm. They know how to, they know about agriculture. So of course he's going to let them, probably give them loans or some type of grants, federal grants to buy land and stuff like that. So he is allowing the white South Africans to come here as refugees. And that's even a problem. And now you want to pay the illegals to leave, while foundational Black Americans, we're still struggling and still trying to fight for what is due to us. So yeah, it's just a problem. And this statue just solidifies that statue represents all that.
Never mind that statue for a second. You're going to have to keep me up to speed on those South Africans, because I'm thinking as you're talking, one of the last road trips I took when I went from Atlanta out to Seattle on the Amtrak, the 4-day ride in the private car. And we were riding through North Dakota and all these other places. God damn, there's so much raw land available. And it may be something of interest to some of these groups other than, foundational Black Americans. So I don't know, but let's talk behind the scenes. That's interesting that they are, as you just said, going to get some type of stipend, some type of, I don't know, something to get them up on their feet. That's interesting. Dana, go ahead and land your plane about the statue, please. Dana.
Well, again, like I said, I don't like the statue. I am going to do. I'm actually doing a panel tonight, and we're going to talk about that and do my own personal reaction to it. Nice. But I don't like it. It represents everything that is anti foundational Black Americans, APOS, Black freemen is anti everything that. So yeah, bad representation. But thank you, Star. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Thank you, Dana.
Bye-bye.